Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to start with a very important topic, that is the section of posology in organon of medicine. We have completed aphorism number 245 in last class. Wait a minute, I have to close too. Okay, in the last class we have discussed up to aphorism number 245. Today we will start from 246, and we have told that from here we will go to the Stuart Close posology section. Stuart Close section of posology. I'm not getting my Stuart Close. Anyways, aphorism number 246. Aphorism number 246. On the other hand, the second paragraph, you remember the second paragraph, I think we have completed. We have completed this aphorism, I think. Okay, I think this aphorism have been completed. We will straightforwardly go to the Stuart Close section posology. I think it has been completed. Okay, anyways, just underline. On the other hand, slowly progressive amelioration consequent on a very minute dose of selection has been accurately homeopathic when it has made no hindrance. Underline this, with no hindrance. Underline. And in the period, the cure takes place in 40, 50 or 100 days. Underline this. This is however rarely a case. Okay, when a patient asks you, Dr. Babu, koto shomoy lagbe, kitna din lagega, you can just answer that we can consider it for 3 months at least, minimum. Okay, the hint you are getting from here. This is, however, but rarely a case. Minimum I used to say, for renal calculi, the PCOD, the liver enlargement, all these things, at least you have to repeat your sonography after 3 months. Okay, that is the protocol. That is the modern medicinal protocol, and as well as the homeopathic you can say the homeopathic philosophy says so. Also, you can get a hint from here that at least at a 3 months you should go for a follow-up in those cases. And beside, it must be matter of a great importance to the physician as well as to the patient. Therefore, if possible, this period should be diminished to 1/2. Underline this, 1/4, and even still less, so that much more rapid cure might be obtained. Underline this, much more rapid cure might be obtained, and this period should be diminished to 1/2, 1/4. That means 20 days or 25 days or 50 days. And this may be very happily affected as recent often repeated observation have shown. Underline this, repeated observation have shown. This is actually the 5th edition, that is 1833. Okay, 1833. And in the chronic disease appendix to this, you will find in the chronic disease in 1838, Hahnemann was experimenting with the doses and introduced in the here the solid doses have been repetition have been introduced, but still the solid doses. But Hahnemann was experimenting with the dose, and in the in the appendix to this, you will find that in the chronic disease published in 1838, Hahnemann is talking about the liquid doses, fractional doses. Clear? So, often repeated observation. This observation has been made from 1833 to 1838. Hahnemann went to Paris around 1835 or 1836, and there he began from here on only, Cothen only, he was working on these things. And 38 from Paris, he published his chronic diseases, where he introduced the this liquid fractional doses clearly, and from 38 onward up to 1842, when the manuscript of 6th edition was completed, was experimenting from those liquids of centesimal doses to the LM potency. Hahnemann was considering, means Hahnemann was developing and finally developed and introduced the LM potency in the 6th edition, and manuscript of which was ready in 1842. Hahnemann died in 1843, but before that this manuscript was completed. And now between 1842 to 1843, people, the homeopathic historian used to say that Hahnemann was further working on some other potency which you cannot decode. Peter Morrell once told me that there were some I don't know whether in person he told me or I have read in some of his writing, that there are some symbolic representation of some newer potency which Hahnemann was working on, which we cannot decode till now what kind of potency it was. LM potency is a controversial enough to go to next potency than LM potency, so we won't dwell upon that historical things of historical importance. But this often repeated observation was from 1833 to 1838. Then again the newer observation of the 6th edition from 1833 to 1842, and those who are talking about there are something beyond LM potency, and that is actually from 1842 the manuscript have been completed up to the Hahnemann's death. Okay, that is a more shorter period for developing a totally new potency. Okay, so this 3 conditions have been Hahnemann have given. This is often asked in your university examination, what you will do to rapid the cure. Firstly, it should be minimum. Secondly, exact minimum. If it is exact minimum, it will be we have discussed this in last class, it will be faster, minimum, and repeated at suitable interval. And this for this footnote, you must have marked the paras in this footnote, and wherever there is a Roman number used, you have to multiply it with 3. Okay, so this footnote you read by yourself. Any confusion if you get, ask me. In last class I must have some given you some underline that will be important for your examination purpose. Now aphorism number this para number of this footnote, para number 13, and there is Dr. Gresslius introduced that if the sulfur stopped working, you can use mercurius. Okay, you can use mercurius. We have discussed the concept of intercurrent previously at some other lectures. So